Welcome to Geography, Samachir Syllabus of Tamil Nadu. Class 10 Geography, Lesson 5. India, Population, Transport, Communication, and Trade. So in this video, we are going to see about transport. Transport is a system in which passengers and goods are carried from one place to another. Transport system is considered as the lifeline of a country. Earlier, man traveled on foot or used animals for transport. With the discovery of wheel, transport was made easier and gradually different means of transport were developed. Transportation has a lot of significance in human life. Things and people need to move from one place to another. Transportation has evolved over the course of time. It has become much faster than ever before. Resources can be flown to their destinations through airplanes if the distance is large. Ground vehicles can be employed for shorter distances. For travel overseas, ships can be used. Resources can be people or goods which can be moved using different modes of transport. Like a human body needs to transport blood to function. Similarly, society also needs transportation to work properly. Though in case of society, many different things must be transported. People need to get work in time. Every day they need to go to a certain distance to do their work. And they also must get back home. While working, many different resources are required at work. They also need to be provided to the people working there. The resources required to move both materials and people also come at a cost. So, economy is also involved in this process. Transportation can be called the heart of the society. The three major means of transport are land transport, water transport, and air transport. And under the land transport, we have roadways, railways, and pipelines. And the water transport consists of waterways and ocean routes. And airways consist of domestic airways and international airways. First, let us see about roadways. Roads play an important role in carrying goods and passengers for short, medium, and long distances. And roadways have many advantages. And roadways are suitable for short distances, and they are easy and cheap to construct, and the maintenance is also easy. Door-to-door transport is possible in roadways. And roadways, no doubt, they are the universal mode of transport. The Indian roads are cost efficient and they are used by all sections of the people of the society. In India, the densest road network is found in the northern plains where it is relatively easy to construct roads because of the uniform terrain available there. In mountainous area, it is quite difficult to construct roads. Road density is the highest in Kerala and lowest in Jammu and Kashmir. For the purpose of construction and maintenance, roads are classified into national highways, state highways, district roads, rural roads, border road, and international highways. Let us see about all these types of road networks in India one by one now. Indian highways, we know the milestones that we see on our Indian highways, they have different colors and they tell us about their history. That is, they belong to which type of highway, whether it is national highway, state highway, city district roads, or rural roads. So the colors are very important. Yellow and white milestones are used in national highways, and for state highways, green and white. City and district roads have blue or black and white. Rural roads have orange and white. Shah Suri built the Royal Road or Shahi Road to strengthen and consolidate his empire from the Indus Valley to the Sonar Valley in Bengal. This road from Kolkata to Peshawar was renamed as Grand Trunk Road during the British period. At present, it extends from Amritsar in Punjab to Kolkata in West Bengal. So we can say that the first highway of India was constructed or built by Shah Suri, which is now called as Grand Trunk Road. National highways. National highways form the most important system of road transportation in India. The National Highways Authority of India was established in the year 1995 and is the nodal agency responsible for building, upgrading, and maintaining most of the national highways network. It operates under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. These highways are running through length and breadth of the country, connecting capitals of states, major ports, rail junctions, industrial and tourist centers. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways of India is responsible for the development and maintenance of national highways in India. NH44 is the longest national highway in India with a length of 3,745 kilometers. This is NH44, runs from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. This is the longest national highway of India. The shortest national highway is NH47A from Ernakulam to Kochi Port in Wellington Island, covering a distance of only 6 kilometers. State highways. The state highways are usually roads that link important cities, towns, and district headquarters within the state and connect them with the national highways or highways of neighboring states. These roads are administered and financed by state governments. District roads. District roads provide connectivity between the district and the taluk headquarters with the state highways and national highways. District roads are constructed and maintained by the Public Works Department. We call it as PWD of the states. India has the second largest road network in the world. Rural roads or village roads. These roads are vital for providing links in the rural areas. It links the different villages with their neighboring towns. They are maintained by village panchayats. Border roads. These are the roads of strategic importance in border areas. They are constructed and maintained by Border Roads Organization. It was established in 1960 for the development of the roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. Border Road Organization has constructed world's highest road joining Chandigarh and Leh in Ladakh. This road runs at an average altitude of 4,270 meters. Golden Quadrilateral Road, which was launched in the year 1999. Golden Quadrilateral, 5,846 kilometers long road consisting of 4 to 6 lanes connects India's 4 metropolitan cities, namely Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai. See, this is the Golden Quadrilateral Road connecting the 4 important metropolitan cities of India. North-South and East-West Corridor. North-South Corridor aims at connecting Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir with Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, including Kochi Salem Spur here. This is Kochi and this is Salem. So this is also included in this North-South Corridor. And the East-West Corridor has been planned to connect Silchar in Assam with the port town of Porbandar in Gujarat with 3,640 kilometers of road length. And these two corridors, North-South Corridor and the East-West Corridor, they both intersect with each other at Jhansi. Expressways. These are multi-lane, good quality highways for high-speed traffic. Some of the important expressways of India are Mumbai-Pune Road, Kolkata-Dum Dum Airport Road, Durgapur-Kolkata Road, and Yamuna Expressway between Delhi and Agra. International highways. These are the roads that link India with the neighboring countries for promoting harmonious relationship with them. These highways have been constructed with an aim from World Bank under an agreement with Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific. These roads connect important highways of India with its neighboring countries such as Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Now let us see about railways. Indian railway system is the main artery of the country's inland transport. Railways cater to the needs of large-scale movement of traffic, both for freight and passenger, thereby contributing to economic growth. Railways are considered as the backbone of the surface transport system of India. It promotes national integration by bringing people together. Railways also promotes trade, tourism, education, etc. Railways help in the commercialization of the agriculture sector by facilitating the bulky movement of perishable goods through the goods train. And some of the carriages also are air conditioned to carry the perishable products. Its role in transporting raw materials to industries and finished goods to markets is invaluable. Indian railway network is the largest in Asia and second largest in the world. And do you know who is this Bolu? It is a mascot of Indian Railways. Indian Railways is divided into 17 zones, which are further subdivided into divisions. The number of zones in Indian Railways increased from 6 to 8 in 1951, 9 in 1966, and 16 in 2003. Each zonal railway is made up of a certain number of divisions, each having a divisional headquarters. Actually, the headquarters of Indian Railway is New Delhi, and New Delhi is also the headquarters of Northern Railway. And Chennai is the headquarter of Southern Railway. Chennai is the headquarter of Southern Railway, and totally India has 17 zones. Indian Railway has 17 zones. On the basis of the width of the track, the Indian Railways fall under 4 categories: broad gauge, meter gauge, narrow gauge, and light gauge. And the gap or the distance between the two rails is 1.676 meter width in broad gauge, 1 meter width in the meter gauge, 0.762 meter width in narrow gauge, and light gauge has 0.610 meter width. The first suburban railway was started in the year 1925 in Mumbai. Gatiman Express is the fastest operational train in India. This train connects New Delhi and Agra, and it runs at the speed of 160 kilometers per hour. The first electric suburban train was inaugurated by Sir Leslie Wilson from Victoria Terminus, which is now called as Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus in Mumbai, to Kurla on Harbour Line in Mumbai on 3rd February 1925 with 1500 volt DC traction system. Metro rails in India. There are 8 cities with metro rail connectivity in India. They are Kolkata in West Bengal, Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Bengaluru in Karnataka, Gurgaon in Haryana, Mumbai in Maharashtra, and Jaipur, Rajasthan, and Kochi in Kerala. The metro in Kolkata is the first metro system in India. It is also called as MRTS, that is Mass Rapid Transit System. As of September 2018, India has 507 kilometers of operational metro lines and 381 stations. Pipeline transport. Pipelines provide convenient mode of transport to connect oil and natural gas fields, refineries, and to the markets. In the past, these were used to transport water to cities and industries. Now, solids can also be transported through a pipeline when they are converted into slurry. Slurry means semi-solid consistency. Not the solid materials cannot be transferred or transported through this pipeline, so they have to be converted into semi-solid consistency like a paste. The initial cost of laying pipeline is high, but subsequent running cost is minimum. It can be laid through difficult terrain as well as underwater. It ensures steady supply of goods and reduces the transshipment losses and delays. Oil field in Upper Assam. So Big Boy is a very important oil field of India, which is in Assam. Oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh, from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab, and gas pipeline from Hazira in Gujarat to Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh are the important pipelines of India. Hope this video is useful to you. If you like it, kindly subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. And thanks for watching this video.